turn down my Meshuggah.
Meshuggah. That's a band I haven't heard in a while.
They put out new albums, and I listen to them, and I'm never like super blown away by them. Like I feel like their best stuff was their earliest stuff. You know,
It's such as life of many, many bands, my friend.
this is true. This is true. Can everybody hear me? Okay, I'm still paranoid about having mic issues.
Yeah, that episode was pretty crappy, if I do say so myself.
Pretty brutal.
No,
Yeah.
the episode was good. You know, Phil sounded great. Your guest was phenomenal. You just kind of quiet.
A little bit. It should be fixed now, but if it's not, in the chat, let me know. Haven't had any issues lately, so I think we're good. But it's Monday. Episode 268 of Snakes and Stogies is here.
Crazy.
Brought to you by Fulvius Apparel, fulviusapparel.com. I got this Reach Out and Touch Me chameleon shirt.
Oh, that's cool.
Because
I broke out the Cordilla die for tonight.
I had someone in Belgium buy that shirt a couple weeks ago.
What, the Reach Out or the Cordilla die?
The Cordilla die.
Nice. Good.
Yeah. The Smog, not that one, but the other one, the Brayer Eye.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. I thought it was neat. But
Cordillus and the Hizzy. I'm in.
Fulviusapparel.com. Hats, shirts. Check it out.
In situ
apparel.
I took a picture. I just washed the in situ apparel I got from you, and I hung them up to dry, and I took pictures of each one, and I didn't have time today to post them, so I'm going to post them tomorrow. Maybe tonight.
Did you wear any of them yet?
I've worn the first ones I got from you, but not the new ones. I will say this though, that Arizona black, the ink, like it got the it looks
a little heavy.
Like, yeah, and I had to like peel it apart. Such is life.
Well, that material and that art in particular, it's tough to.
It's thick.
Yeah.
Thick.
Yeah, not my favorite, but it is what it is.
The Lebanese one came out fantastic with like the white in there.
Yeah.
Gray. That looked good.
Yeah, that was an accident. So that white isn't even supposed to be in there. I just have two separate files and I never remember which one I'm using. And so
that came out good.
Kind of like whatever I upload is like what it is. I just don't know which one's which. So it's always like a complete crapshoot. So use the code THN at checkout. Get 15% off your order. That's the exclusive promo code for THN listeners and viewers like you. Have that new Team Tachydroma shirt up. So if you're on that team, which it's a pretty small team, look who it is.
Oh, Mr. Pink.
Hey, guys.
It's a small team, but it is a team, and you can join it. Team Tachydromas.
It's a cool team. And honestly, dude, loving the teal. You know me and teal and Tiffany.
I'm trying to change it up.
I like
colors that I'm not crazy about. I'll somewhere.
The tacky and teal was fucking cool. That's probably one of my favorite shirts you've made. And then the teal Madagascar was pretty awesome.
Yes, the Radiata. Yeah, that's up there too. That's one that I've had sitting on my hard drive for probably at least a year.
Nice.
And then when I saw Anthony Pierleone at Daytona, it reminded me like, oh yeah, I have some tortoise designs I just haven't done anything with that are pretty much done. I made him and kind of just threw him to the side and was like, yeah, whatever. I'll get to it when I get to it. So, I posted a picture of the one that I made for myself just to kind of get a temperature. And I had some people saying like, oh, it's not on the website. And I'm like, it's about to be, because now that I see that people are like actively going and looking for it, that means that there is some drive for it. So that is also up, and it is the radiated tortoise shell pattern in the Madagascar, kind of like I've done with like the Borneo Bloods and, some of the other designs that I've done. So it's up there as well. And then Cold Blooded Caffeine. Best coffee around. If you have gone on there and you have not seen the Snakes and Stogies blend available, it is coming back. Trey just said he ran out of labels, so he had to take it down until he can get more of those. That way, your coffee bag with like Sharpie written on it.
Yeah, but hold on. If people need their fix, they can still order. They just it just won't have the right label.
I don't know. You can message Cold Blooded Caffeine directly and ask them how they would go about doing that. But use the code SMOKE at checkout. Get you a little discount. We get a little something. They get a little something. Rainforest Alliance gets a little something. And you get good coffee. Excellent coffee.
Excellent coffee.
And you're already off to the races. What you got there
tonight?
Lancero Wolf.
Yeah, I know, bro. I just, you get to that point in cigars where you're like, Lanceros for life, Panatellas for life. So this is the Trinidad Nicaraguan San Andreas number 3.
Espiritu?
Yes.
That's a very good blend. I have not had that in a Lancero. I'm very curious if that's good because the box press Toro is fantastic. That's a great smoke. Mm-hmm. So I'd only imagine that's even a step up.
So my boys at the shop at Cigar Grill, shout out to Cigar Grill. Check it out, cigargrill.com. We're all Lancero fans, and we've all been on an MSA, a Mexican San Andreas wrapper kick. Mm-hmm. And first 2-3 draws, it's holding up, man. I smoked the number 1, which is Puro Nicaraguan, mm-hmm. and that was fantastic. And we were actually we all agreed we're all going to smoke the number 3. I wasn't paying attention, and I opened the number 1, lit it, and I was like, oh, whoops, I'm that guy tonight. And Cruella de Phil. Thanks, Harry. So tonight I'm getting the MSA, the Mexican San Andreas, and I will say, man, nothing beats a Lancero in terms of taste.
That is the powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
For the longest time when I was getting into cigars, I remember seeing Lanceros in the shop and never having one, being like, why would I spend the same amount of money on that than I would a Toro or a Churchill or something?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where once you smoke one, you understand because it's so much more flavor jam-packed. Yeah,
it is. And I feel like my favorite brands, your guys' favorite brands, they all make some form of Panatella, some Vitola in a 40 or a 38x6 or a 38x7 or whatever it
32,
is.
32, yeah.
So even the 32s. Oh man, I had a LFD Cajon the other day. That's a 4x32. Man, what a great libation smoke or a morning coffee smoke. They only come in a cab of 100.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we need to like split one or something. So
yeah, LFD does like with their boxes, normally it's like 20, 25. A lot of LFD stuff, it's like 50 plus. They're just bigger.
Yeah. But I am really loving how most of the brands we love, there is some kind of Vitola in a Lancero-ish configuration. And so I've got El Pupo from AJ. They have the Eel. I've been smoking that. Fantastic Lancero. And then the Tabernacle from Foundation. They have a Lancero as well. So it's been good, man. I've been on a Lance kick. So, I mean, always on a Lance kick, but it's just finding them has been more difficult in recent years because it really is a cigar smoker's cigar. I don't got to tell you.
Yeah.
Now I also have my coworker. He went down to Miami on Friday and visited a few local tercidor shops or whatever you want to call it. And he happened to come across one that he was told to go to that may or may not be rolling for warped. and as well as
Titan de Bronze
and some and so here is a Fuma from a Titan de Bronze. Nice. So and I haven't had a Fuma in a very long time, so this will be fun.
So
this is actually the first one from them.
I have a warped as my second, and these are so old because I bought the rest of them that Raj had because he was clearancing out a bunch of warp stuff to make room for something else. If I take this band off, it's almost like it has a farmer's tan. It's that age.
Really?
It's darker under the band in the exact same shape and everything. So if I get to this one, I'll show it. It's pretty funny. Like I took the band off. I was like, why does it look so messed up? Then I saw it and I was like, oh, these things are so old that they just,
Nice.
Looks like it got spray tanned or something.
I love it. I got to ask, is you're just smoking that tonight?
No, I saved this.
I was
Flora de Carbon.
Yes, the carbon flower. Bro, I was going to ask you what your thoughts were, so this is great.
I saved it.
I'm so happy.
I saved it.
Your Colorado did not make it. It got smoked.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
I figured.
It's good. It's too tasty not to.
It's such a good smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, initial flavors on this it's very good. It's very solid. I've not had this before. This is one that I didn't even know existed until you had mentioned it. And,
yeah,
it's
great, man.
It's pretty damn good.
And honestly, like, there's a lot of collaboration. It's an LFD. It's such a good LFT, man. And like, there's so many collaborations out there. I feel like that one is genuinely fucking cool. So, those who are into the cigar world, obviously we know LFD. Another company that's kind of came out of nowhere is called Project Carbon. Project Carbon does leather goods and carbon fiber goods that are holding cigars with your cutter and the torch and lighter and all that stuff. And they have different elegant zippered pouches. And they did this collaboration with, oh, hey, my fiance's in there. Beautiful. Hello. They did this collaboration with LFD, and the only way to purchase the carbon flower is to buy it in a pack of 5 in one of their carbon fiber 5-slot holders. So I had to get one, and naturally my podcast PIC Smitty had to get him one. So that's what that is, guys.
And it has survived this long and not been smoked. I still have cigars that I took with me to Daytona that I've not smoked yet. But
nice.
The reasoning is because it's been so freaking hot.
Oh yeah.
It's like I don't even want to go outside. I don't even want to sit in here during the day and smoke because it's so miserable that it's not even enjoyable.
Yeah.
I've just been like, I'll smoke one when I smoke one, but I am tired of sweating my balls off, man. I'm so tired of sweating.
Speaking of sweating, Mr. Pink has gone outside. I'm hoping he's going to light something up. He's muted in case he doesn't know.
He's got us staring at the sun.
He does. Brandon Valentine says, see you soon.
Hey, you got a pop of sweetness.
There it is. Love it. Brandon, in
California, those are probably $20.
Probably. He's laughing. Look, he's laughing.
Because he knows.
He's laughing. And look, my coworker Ralph is in the group chat. He says that Neptune sells those sticks by the stick if you feel so inclined. Brandon, what a dick.
It's like a solar eclipse. It's just pinging off the top.
I wish he'd unmute himself.
So I lied. So that's like a $10 cigar, but then with the California tax, it's probably like a $20 cigar.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, man. Me and a couple buddies, we fogged the shop out the other night with Papas Fritas, with Nasty Fritas. And bro, there's so much fucking
smoke. Drew Estate, for whatever reason, with their Ligas, with their Nico Rusticas, like any of their Maduro stuff, for some reason, just absolute smoke bombs. Because I've had that same experience where there will be like 3 of us in the shop smoking, and we'll all be smoking a Liga or something. And it's like if you open the door, people will probably think the building's on fire. There's just so much smoke billowing out. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Now, Mr. Pink, is that a Papas Fritas or a Nasty Fritas?
Looks like
a nasty.
Nasty. Love it. And Nasty is Undercrown and 50. No, and number 9, and then Papas is Undercrown and 52.
I'm not sure exactly which one they use. So basically, the Papas Fritas and the Nasty Fritas is they take the extra tobacco that they cut off when they're cutting and rolling for the Liga Privada stuff. They cut that up and they put that into these little cigars. I believe they use the same wrapper that they do from Undercrown, but the tobacco like filler inside and binder inside is from the Liga stuff. So it's actually really smart that they're doing that because they're not wasting anything. Like they're getting the most out of that really expensive wrapper leaf and stuff for the Liga. So, and it's those are really popular. Like it's a great quick smoke. It's not a major time suck by any means. It's something you can just kind of knock out. And
it's a genuinely great smoke. But I would definitely say
very smoky.
You got to smoke outside. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm into the first third of this this number 3, and I don't like peppery smokes. I don't like pepper bombs. This is spicy, if that makes sense. Like I'm really getting the San Andreas. I really am, and it's not peppery or baking spice. It's it's actually spicy. Like I'm eating spicy food. I fucking love it. Absolutely incredible.
Like a red pepper over like a black pepper kind of thing.
Yeah, agree.
Okay.
A chili pepper over a black pepper. Yeah. So good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah. So far, I don't hate this thing.
Is that your first one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell yeah. That's great.
Yeah. Somebody gave it to me last Halloween, I think.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it's been sitting there in my box, and I forgot about it. I actually went out to grab the one that you gave me last Friday night, Saturday, whatever you showed up. And then I looked over and saw this little guy, so I grabbed that instead.
Oh yeah, that's much better, longer lasting, Yeah. So that's good, man.
The other one I'm gonna save for like gin and tonic night or something because it's you. Yeah.
I appreciate that sincerely. Number 9s, baby, gotta love them. So what?
Katie's talking shit.
Wait, no.
Katie, you love me. You talk shit about them.
I said Joe looks kind of like Stanley Tucci, but in the best way.
Oh my
God.
God.
I'll take that. I'm all right with that.
That's a legit compliment.
Yeah.
1000%. Dude,
when I was younger and more sunken in, I used to get Jean Reno from Leon the Professional.
Hey,
yeah, I can see that.
But I'll take Tucci too. That works.
I'd rather have the Professional. But
I gotta be honest, man. Like I don't care how it comes off, but Stanley Tucci is my spirit animal. If I was a well-to-do man, I would have his entire wardrobe.
Yeah.
Instead, you just have Fulvius. Damn.
I still have pizzazz.
It's a weird-looking hickey, Rosa. What do you got going on there?
I scratched the shit out of myself at work, and it was just bleeding like crazy, and so I had to throw a Band-Aid on it.
It looks like a stripper's pasty or something, dude.
I know.
Nothing.
Well, it's like when I got to Daytona, I had a pretty bad scratch on my hand, and I have no idea where it came from. It came from work, and I told myself, all right, if anybody asks how I got the scratch, I have to come up with some elaborate story about how I was wrangling a Gila monster or something mildly dangerous, and I got scratched. Not a single person asked.
I didn't even notice it. So.
I know, it's good. It's just funny. The things we concoct in our mind,
It's all right. Everybody told me I needed to come up with a story like that for why my hands were fucking bleeding all over the place, and
no, your story is so
much way funnier.
Way funnier. Yeah.
I saved a woman outside from being mugged.
Yeah.
You stabbed me in the neck.
Specifically with 2 fingers.
Yeah. Oh my God. But you only got cut on the one finger, or you got cut on both?
No, I got cut on one finger on each hand.
Oh my Lanta.
Yeah.
So for those listening, at the beginning, I'll say the beginning of Daytona, Joe Rosa had his vendor's badge around his neck on a lanyard with 2 metal alligator clips holding the badge onto the lanyard. And he must have had crumbs or something on his chest, and he goes like this with the back of his hands to slough off said crumbs, and he cuts the cuticle tips of his 2 middle fingers,
the ring finger and pinky finger, and he's just bleeding.
Fingers bleed a lot, man.
Yeah,
I was bleeding so much.
And it's like, how do you tell people, no, I cut my fingers sloughing crumbs off myself?
Well, and then I didn't want like kids. I was behind someone's table with a bunch of lychees and shit. I didn't want some kid to walk by thinking one of the lizards got me.
Oh yeah, touche.
So,
I just had those chicken fingers. It's ketchup, kid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Be careful. The chicken fingers are hot.
$20 chicken tendies.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
You can tell. I didn't look at the receipts.
Yeah.
But oh man. Well, any updates before we dive into Daytona stuff?
The lone house snake egg that I thought might be good got tossed this morning. So no house snakes this year.
Wah, wah, sad panda.
Came home, pulled the Imira sack.
Yeah, you did.
And I have a very healthy sack of first instar.
Nice.
Bluefoot
thick,
baboons.
Sack.
I have no idea how many are in there. They're way bigger than I was expecting them to be. Honestly, I was expecting them to be like half the size they were.
I was expecting them to be. I was when you told me that you got the egg sack. I was expecting the spiderlings to be like sesame seed size.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting. And
I feel like those are
popcorn kernel almost.
I was gonna say those are like Tic Tac size. Those are Tic Tacs.
Yeah,
and they all look the ones in the video. They all look good. They don't look like they have good squishiness to them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, they all look health like condition wise. They look perfect. They look great. So. I have no idea how many are in there right now. They're, the sack's sitting on some moss, sort of incubating in the cabinet with everything else. Which I got one of those little ZoomEd digital thermometer gun things from PetSmart for $20, and I actually kind of like that thing. It's like pocket sized and it's quick. It doesn't have a laser, so you can't really tell exactly where you're pointing it. But I checked the temps when I put it higher up in that cabinet. It's sitting at 80.5. Nice. So I'm going to let them do their thing for, the next 2 weeks or so, and then I'll separate and we'll get a final tally. And then I have that Kokiana Brunapiece sack that is not far behind that one. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do with that. Those are going to be tiny. That is a very small species.
What's the common name on them?
That's fuck.
The first
Brazilian pink dwarf.
Okay. And the first one he was talking about is the blue-footed baboons.
Yes.
So,
and then I tried pairing some Regalis over the week.
Okay.
I got a male that just matured from our buddy Rob Christian. He's like, "Hey, I got this male Regalis. He's ready to go. You want him?"
Wait, you're not talking about Pitipus?
No.
Okay.
No. Bacillotharia.
Okay. Yeah. Just making sure.
Yeah. I have a female that's in a good place to give it a shot, and I put him in there, and he tapped and he tried, and she came out and she was fucking begging for it, like
really.
And homeboy just like clammed up and just started like walking back, and she was like following him.
But wait,
before I was like, "What are you doing, dude?"
Before she came out, he was like full drum.
Oh yeah,
like full snare drum.
Constantly. Yes,
nice. You didn't record it, bro?
I did.
Nice.
I got some of it. I got it like when she was tapping back, dude. Like there was a full blown conversation happening. Like
man, legit.
They were all about it, and then she would like start to try to get closer to him, not in like a like shady like I'm gonna grab you kind of way, but like a legitimate like, "Hey, dude, come on, like, are we doing this thing or not?"
Yeah.
And he would just like kind of shy away, and then it finally got to the point where she just like turned around, just went back in her hide, like, "Fuck you, man! Like, if we're not gonna dance, like I'm going home." So,
but that's promising, man. It's a great.
It is, yeah. And I think I'm gonna let him make a sperm web. I have him in a pretty small container right now, so I can monitor that. And then as soon as I get signs that he's done that, he's going back in and
rock and roll.
What I'm thinking I'll do, and what some people have done with some other Bacillotharia, I'll get like a butterfly net kind of thing, like almost like those screen hampers that people make, but it's fully enclosed.
Yeah.
And I'll probably put both their containers in that and just cohab them for a night or two, and that way if they have enough space to get away from each other, because it sounds like with Regalis in particular, the males get ate when they don't really have a lot of space to like really get away, but if you give them enough space to be able to dip, like it's usually not a problem. So I think if I leave them in that overnight at some point, I'll have better chances, better odds. So we'll see. But
that's good, man. And hey, I know a guy who had the extra tall exo, and he full-time cohabbed them.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think if you've got the extra 18 inches, 2 feet for him to get the hell out of Dodge, or for her to be quote unquote left alone, I think you're good.
Well, people cohab the Metallicas when they're breeding those, because apparently they're not hard on males at all either. So I don't know. We'll see. Also trying not to get too ahead of myself as far as pairing things, but I've got got a good bit of stuff lined up.
Now on the Bluefoots, are you going to individually cup them?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I feel like that's a species
they need another, at least one more molt, and then I'll probably go ahead and split up. And I got to send some to Mike, who sent me the mail that I used for that pairing. I told Sanchez I'd send him some.
Nice.
I think I'll send King some, and then anybody else who's interested, we can make them happen. And I think I'll probably end up holding on to, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 for myself, because I have that female, and then I have another one that I don't know the sex of yet. Next molt I'll be able to. It's sub-adult, so next molt I should be able to look and be able to tell. But that's the first time I've paired spiders.
Hell yeah, man!
I think I might do an article for the website, just sort of outlining the timeline of things. And
cool, man.
We'll see. I don't know. Depends on how much time I have.
It's good, man.
But that's pretty much it. Been doing a lot of rearranging with the Daytona acquisitions. I've done a lot of room shuffling and
nice
cage building, and Jerome's growing like a freaking weed.
Good.
And my roach populations finally are exploding, especially my red runners. So I can officially say I don't need to drive to PetSmart every other day for crickets, which is nice.
Hell yeah.
There's
the red runners aren't killing you?
No. And honestly, like the dubia and discoids, I haven't had any issues either, but I'm also not like sticking my face in the bin and like inhaling deeply.
Yeah. Right. Are you wearing like a COVID mask to do it or
no? No, I haven't been.
That's
fine.
Yeah. Obviously I don't keep feeders like you, but I've been, for any of the desert substrate, I've just been putting a COVID mask on, not N95, or generic medicinal mask, whatever. Just because, dude, I just can't breathe in dust anymore, man. Sand sifting, desert Vivaria, it's killing me these days. So,
yeah, and PetSmart right now, I guess there's like a national cricket shortage because their main supplier, I guess, had AC issues. From what I was told by the people at my PetSmart, supplier for them, their AC went out, and so they lost like a very large majority of their stock, I guess. So now there's a shortage, and so they're like, we're limited to 51 crickets per person. But I'm like, why 51 in particular? It's such a bizarre.
It's an odd number.
It is an odd number. So I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you this: the PetSmart by Anna Maria's house, I went there 3 days in a row, and they never got their shipment, so they didn't even have crickets to sell. And Brandon, I may not live in the desert, but I am the desert mouse. I am Muad'Dib. You shall see.
You giant nerd.
Anna Maria says Petco had the same issue. So,
but I mean, that's just like, this just goes to show you, like, doing your own feeders. These roaches don't smell, and these runners, like, it took a little while, but I swear to God, dude, I went from having like very few to now I've probably got several hundred in there easy, of all different sizes. And it's been nice because, like, for the lizards and Jerome and stuff now, like, I just take a cardboard thing and just knock it into a critter keeper, and then I have like a nice assortment of sizes. I just go through and feed what I need to feed, and it's nice. I'm finally at a point where I can start pulling from it and don't have to worry about like cutting the numbers to where it's not self-sustaining. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It just makes me really not miss having bug eaters right now.
Yeah, man, I'm down to a handful of them, and so it's not that big a deal, but I'm grateful I don't have as many as I used to. So, but that's good, man. It's good. So, Rosa, besides Daytona, any new updates for you, bro?
Came from the post Daytona, go and check on all the animals. I lost one more of a big batch of non-feeders that one of our buddies had sent me. And I mean, they weren't taking anything.
Yeah.
So I've kept the few of them that are left. They've been going almost a year now.
Wow. These are corns?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then just every once in a while, one of them is just, nope, it's done.
Damn.
So there's 2 of them left out of the original 10. And the two of them that are left, they're tongue feeding. They're doing really good. This last one was the last kind of holdout.
Yeah.
Some of them, there were assist feed, drop feed. No, I couldn't get them going with any sort of scenting, gecko skin, rubbing them on a fucking lizard. I didn't have any frogs around, or I would have tried that. Yeah, now I've got the last two are going strong on pinks. Everything else is, I fed everything yesterday. Everything took. All the waters are clean. Everybody's good.
Nice.
I've got the new Nova Guinea sitting in here waiting for its first feed over here.
Excellent.
My alarm went off at the same time as it was time to go and see you guys. So Snake's going to wait a few minutes. Yeah, other than that, just trying to pretend that I can get back into the swing of things here in the real world.
You got it, man. You got it.
Ugh. Sucks compared to the gazebo, honestly.
I know, man. I know. We all got to go back to reality at some point. Look at the bright side. You got to stay there longer than most of us. So
yeah, that is really nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Getting up at 3 in the morning to catch my flight sucked.
Oh yeah, sure. Fuck, man.
We would have stayed later on Sunday, but Gabe, him and his wife, they have their car, but they were having issues with it, and they didn't want to drive it all the way to Daytona. So Gabe hitched a ride back with me and Phil King, and they wanted to get back because he has another 2-hour drive once he leaves Beaufort to get back to his place. So they had to leave a little earlier to get to my, back to Beaufort at a reasonable time so that they could get home at a reasonable time. Otherwise, we would have stayed a little later. Phil didn't have a flight the next day either. We may have even stayed Sunday night and just stole some bed space in someone's room or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of people stayed Sunday this year.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was a huge difference compared to last year.
Mm-hmm.
It was a big change from closing up the show, helping everybody pack up, going and grabbing some food, and then walking out to that gazebo and it being empty and quiet. It's like, okay. I'm not gonna fucking start sobbing right out here in public at all. The family reunion's over for another year.
Yeah.
And then this year it was
not as bad.
A few people Jake and his lady stayed, Dirty stayed, Danny and Becca were still there, Jack was there.
Good.
I think even KJ and a couple other people were still there.
Cool, man.
And yeah, we went and hung out, went and walked down on the beach, and I got to see heat lightning for the first time. That was really cool.
Nice.
That ocean is intimidating as fuck when it's dark.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
Holy shit, because it just goes forever. I live in a bay. I'm right next to the water, but you can see land.
Yeah.
And then out there, it's just a straight line and nothing. Yeah.
Yep.
So we didn't go very far into the water.
Yeah.
Plus, I remember stories of bull sharks, and I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then
you get to see heat lightning. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It seems like every year, I don't know why we can't, I can't figure out the work scheduling and time off thing, because this year I'm like, okay, I started taking Mondays off the last 2 years, right? Because coming back Sunday and then having to be to work that Monday immediately kind of sucks, because you get home and you're rushed to get everything settled. Yeah. You're tired because you've been driving half the day, and it sucks. So then this year I was running around like a freaking madman Wednesday before we left, because I also, I had shirts and stuff to get done, and I was like, why didn't I just take Wednesday off to have that day to get everything sorted? And so now it's every year I'm like, okay, I need to, what I didn't do last year was take off X day. I need to do that this time. I feel like every year it's constantly shifting, and I'm having to adjust to get it right. It's got to get to the point where it's just going to be a straight week off. I feel like it's going to be solid 7 days just to prep and then decomp after,
Well, I'll tell you,
pretty much where I'm at.
I oftentimes have very much difficulty taking 2 days here, 3 days here for work. So I'll take a whole 7-day block just for paycheck's sake, And 1 year I did Wednesday to Wednesday, and that was good. That was manageable. It wasn't So
Yeah, I constantly felt like I was forgetting something leading up to like getting everything prepped and ready to go. Like having to go through and triple check to make sure I have all the orders that people place that I have to take with me, and like making sure the animals are squared away. And it was just, it was a lot. So next year, I think I'm going to take that day ahead as well. That way I'm not just so flustered and frantic and,
Yeah. I work the Wednesday previous because I'm not getting on a plane until late that night anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, if my sewer hadn't backed up twice in the week leading up to it, I would have been a little bit more prepared on Wednesday. But yeah, get on the plane Wednesday night, and then I flew home extra early on Monday. It was actually really nice to be able to like get home to the family, around 1 in the afternoon. I got home before my kid was out of school.
Oh, wow.
It's great.
And normally I'm driving home 8, 9 o'clock, but the way I arranged the flights this time, I barely had any layovers. And, if your flight leaves at 6, you're going to get home pretty fucking quick. Yeah, and then had the rest of Monday off, took Tuesday off of work for a recovery day, and it was pretty fantastic. That's a requirement. My partner made me, like, I used to go fly home Monday, whatever time I get home that night, and then I'm right back to work Tuesday morning.
Yeah, man.
And Fen basically decided you cannot fucking do that anymore. You have to take that day off.
Yeah.
I mean, now it's to the point where it'd be hard to do it without taking that day off, because it's like not having to go back to work immediately is really nice. Like being able to have that day of like, okay, sort of get the social battery back up to 100 and get everything sorted. And, you brought stuff home, getting everything set up, settled, and it's necessary.
I'll tell you what, man, if I didn't live, 3.5 hours away, I would not be able to do the whole Thursday, Sunday thing. So,
right.
I commend you guys for your travel endeavors.
Well, it's one of the few things that I'll actually put that effort into.
It's worth it.
And and the family knows this is a hell or high water trip. Work knows it's a hell or high water trip. And, once you've told HR straight up, like, if you don't give me this time off, I'll quit.
Oh, yeah.
These terroristic threats.
Yeah. But yeah, and then Billy shipped my snake out on Monday. So partway through Tuesday, just on my day off, I got to go and pick him up.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
It was perfect.
That's great. Yeah.
I got my regular FedEx lady who's always super excited to see anytime somebody gets one of those boxes in, she wants to see what it is. And she'd never seen a carpet python before, so that was pretty fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, and her first carpet is a looker.
Yeah. I didn't take him out while I was there because the last time I held him, he shit all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't want to deal with that there. But yeah, into the new wounds. That was really fun.
Nice.
Little bastard.
And Brandon, if you're listening, I am not ready. I am not mentally or physically prepared, but I will be there with bells on. So,
speaking of hiking, I asked Phil King, because I was like, man, every year I keep saying like I'm going to turn on my pedometer app to see how far we walked through that weekend, and his tracks, we tallied it up between the 3 days of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it was something ridiculous, like 20 to 25 miles, dude.
Jesus.
Damn. Yeah.
Well, now you're making me want to go look on my Apple app. Hold on.
I'm pretty curious about that too.
Which this year, and there's so many things this year that I can't tell if it's just because we did more walking than usual, or if it's just because I'm getting older and it's starting to set in. But like, I would go to bed this year, and like my hips would hurt, like where my legs connect, like the joints.
Yeah.
It was like sore, dude. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I thought about it. Like, I really wasn't sitting down hardly at all Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Like, I was pretty much on my feet walking around constantly the entire time. So I'd get into bed, and I'm like, my entire lower half is just like, fuck.
Yeah, I just looked. I'm a little underwhelmed, man. It was only like 12 miles for the weekend. It's weak.
I don't know. Me and Phil did a lot of walking, dude.
Yeah, I don't want to have to do math right now, so I'm just going to figure this shit out later.
Unless it was counting when we drove to Publix, because there was a couple mornings we'd go to Publix, but that was still only like 3 miles down the road.
But you drove.
Yeah.
Well, it's not going to count that because you're driving. It knows.
Oh, I don't know. I'm
not
an Apple guy, man.
It knows. And yes, Brandon, I will most definitely man the burro. So do you want to get like into the nitty of it? Do we want to talk about acquisitions? Do we want to talk about highlights? Do you want to show some pictures and videos? What do you want to do?
So I sent some stuff to you.
And then you saw I sent some stuff to you too.
Yes.
Okay. And then
I'm gonna let you guys do this. I gotta go make sure the kids on their homework.
Yeah, do your thing, man. And I just texted
Crack some skulls.
He unfortunately bye. Phil King will not be able to join us this evening, but he is here in spirit.
That boy is smoking his smoke machine thing.
Dude, it was so great seeing him.
I know. I'm so glad that he made it down.
Great, man.
It worked out because we picked up him and Rosa from the Savannah airport. We basically like, hey, Rosa's flying in Thursday at this time. What time can you get into Savannah? And he got like in an hour after Rosa did. So we got there and picked them both up and then drove down. And then he came back with me, stayed at my house Sunday. And then Monday we woke up, did a bunch of like Southern shit.
Nice.
Waffle House, Gators, guns, all that good stuff. And then I had to take him back to the airport that afternoon. It was. I'm glad he made it. I'm glad Dritz and them made it as well.
Yeah, man, it was good meeting Dritz. He seems like a good dude.
I hope that they they liked it enough to want to come back next year.
Yeah, I know they had some. Hey,
look at that! They liked it enough to want to come back next year.
Oh, yeah. The delayed echo.
Hey, look at that! Frozen.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, Mike, you got to get some headphones, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Mike Kosicki in the flesh.
Hot Wing Mike.
Brandon wants to know what the coolest things there were. I feel like the photos we have is some pretty fucking cool things. So we'll definitely get into that. So, Mike, do you have earphones, Mike? Headphones? Bark twice if you're in Milwaukee. He's definitely delayed.
Bark twice if you're in Milwaukee.
He needs to get out of YouTube and refresh the page.
I didn't even see the Shingleback skink.
Yeah, I didn't either. I mean, honestly, isn't there one there every year? Or like some years there's 2 or 3 of them, I think. Somebody's always got at least something of that caliber, whether it be a fucking sungazer or a shingleback or something. So,
you want me to go through the stuff you sent?
However you want to do it. I mean, you want to
let's just do it in that order.
Yeah, we'll go down the line. I didn't take that many photos, and
I didn't either.
I thought this was a good shot because this was, in my opinion, one of the busiest Daytonas opening day.
You think so?
Not as busy as COVID because, like, remember COVID, the line was wrapped around the building, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But dude, like, people that get to watch this on YouTube or whatever, if you zoom in on the video we're showing right now, it's packed, man. It's a thick, packed show. So.
Yeah, that was a conversation that I remember a couple of us were having was like, does the attendance seem lower, or is it just because some of the rows are spread out a little more than they have been in previous years? It seemed pretty standard to me as far as foot traffic.
Yeah, I feel like foot traffic as a whole was probably standard, but the opening, this was at like, with the show open at 10, this was at like 10:20 is when I took this video, and it was packed. There was just tons of people. And then I also feel like at this point in the game, people know that there's 2 rooms and they really have to decide where they want to go and how they want to do it. And I feel like there was just as many people in the smaller room as there was in the bigger room.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really good. Excuse me.
Let me see here.
There we go. Now that's probably my highlight specimen of the show.
Agreed. There was 2 tables that had them.
So what we're looking at here is Pseudoadchistrodon, the Chinese false habu. So this is a invertebrate eating snake that mimics vipers. It's a colubrid. It's very soft skinned, very kind of floppy, if you will. It's kind of a limp snake, if that makes sense. But they flare out and they have like a very viperine head. They have the arrowhead. They kind of have a flare to their neck. Not so much like a cobra, but they definitely have a flare, more reminiscent of like a false water cobra or even a hognose snake.
Yeah.
But dude, I'd never seen one in person. I didn't even know they were in North America. So
yeah, there was this table, and then I think Underground had some, and I didn't notice them until I think Sunday. But definitely one of the most interesting things in the show for sure.
Yeah.
Like I did a double take when I saw it, because at first I thought like, oh my god, like why do they have venomous here?
Yeah, man.
Because at first glance I was like, Jesus Christ, like,
yeah,
you know, is it a Dinocystrodon? Is it something else? Like it
right?
looks very, very, you know, pit viperish
Yeah.
at first glance.
Yeah.
And then, you know, looking, and I think they were selling pairs for like $1,400 or $1,200 or something.
No, I think it was like $1,300 a snake.
Was it?
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. I know that this so this table was manned by Preston Tomborello, shout out. And he was explaining to me that they're actually, this particular species supposedly is worm eating as well. So if you can't get it to eat the invertebrates you want it to eat, it will most definitely take like night crawlers and stuff like that.
Well, what inverts is it usually eating?
I have no idea, bro. I didn't even know the thing was in North America. The species was in, the genus was in North America, let alone how to take care of it. But I know these were imported from Europe. So who knows, you know, where they actually were from, what locality or whatnot. They're very variable. If you Google Pseudoadchistrodon or just, you know, false habu, you'll get all different variations, locality phenotypes. Some of them are more mamushi looking. Some of them are more Achistrodon looking.
Gloideus,
yes. I thought that was cool. There's actually a video after these photos, a video of me holding it and manipulating it. And from what I gather, I'm pretty sure they are rear fang venomous. It's just kind of bad delivery, you know, kind of weak, weak delivery.
Gotta chew on you, bro.
Gotta chew on you, bruh. So this is a pied panda Kenyan sand boa. I didn't even know there were pied until this show. I feel like such an amateur. How cool is that snake, man?
There were a lot of sandboas.
Dude, there were a ton of sandboas, man, and I love seeing it. And like, I'm not a sandboa guy, but dude, that thing was super cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it reminds me of those retics. I don't know what the
calicos.
Is it a calico?
Yeah, those calico retics.
Yeah, it's reminiscent of that.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
The Blue Barons.
Blue Barons. Shout out to Skylar Williams. That's his specimen for sale, still available from what I gather. So if you're looking for a Blue Barons, hit up Sky.
The Baron.
He's got the Baron of the Barons, yes. This is something you don't see too often.
Yeah, these were interesting.
I'm pretty sure this was on Billy Ganjami's table.
Yes.
This is a table, a quarter table filled with scorpion tail lizards. Dude, I've never seen that many scorpion tails in one place. How freaking cool is that? I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I kind of half expected Keller to grab some of those for some reason, just with his thing with like the toad-headed gammas and stuff. This seemed sort of in that ballpark.
And the manager of Underground retail store, Camilla, she actually has a pair of them, and she set them up in naturalistic enclosures in the retail store. And dude, when I go to get my feeders, like I always poke my head in to look at the scorpion tails. They are so cool to observe, man. They have these like bright yellow bellies, and they're always like out on patrol. And like, I don't know if it's necessarily hunting or if they're just constantly on alert for a predator, like kind of like a meerkat.
Like a meerkat? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like a meerkat, but they're always out and perched up on the rocks. I think it's a super cool little lizard. Oh, So there it is. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the one and only albino 100-flower rat snake, albino Elafe mollendorfi. It was not for sale. There were, I guess, a handful of hets that were clutch mates that were for sale for like 2 hours. I don't even know how much they were, but they sold out in like 20 minutes. And that one again was not for sale, but I mean, how cool is that? I'm not a morph guy, but dude, that's freaking amazing.
This made me laugh because I was walking around with it might have been Jeremy Hicks, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. It was someone, but they were like, "Did you see the albino mollendorfi?" And I was like, "No." And so we went over and looked, and I couldn't see the top half. I could only see like the bottom third of that snake because it's its head was up in the corner, like with my height, I couldn't see it. And so I saw the back half and I was like, oh, it's like a joke. It's an AML corn snake. Like, ha, ha, ha. Cause the back half, the back of that snake looks dead on like a fucking AML corn snake.
Yeah.
And so like when I was looking at it at the show, I was like, okay, it's one of those gag things, like, and then I like bent over and looked up and saw the head and I was like, oh my God, it actually is an albino.
Yeah. It almost has like that like dirty, like messy reverse Okati kind of.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh my God, it has a python head. Look at that thing.
I just never see it be like, okay, you got me. It's a corn. Ha ha. And then I was like, wait a second. Holy shit. It's pretty cool. And they had some hypos on that table too.
Oh, nice. And like, I'm sorry, man, but like, dude, mollendorfi is one of my all-time favorite rat snakes. They're amazing on their own. And again, I'm not a morph guy, but that is a morph I would consider if I had Montaigne stuff. I think that's cool as hell.
I'm curious what it'll look like as an adult.
Yeah, I wonder if it just keeps it, because I mean, mollendorfi normal babies look like adults. Maybe they darken up a little bit, but I wonder if it just stays like that. I wonder how much UV affects its maturity in terms of pigmentation. Oh, so here's the video of the Pseudokistrodon.
That guy had some Conicus that
Oh yeah.
There's a couple like really light colored ones because that's something I want to start selectively breeding for. See how light I can get them. And he had some that fit the bill, and he only wanted like $100 for them. But I ended up finding another one in the other room that I liked much more.
Yeah, were they like almost like a vanishing saddle, vanishing pattern?
No, not really. It's just that. So last year I picked up a really nice light colored like cream with dark brown saddles and like a zigzag down the back.
Yeah.
And I love that. Like that's probably my favorite Conicus out of what I have so far, just in terms of like the look of it. And so I really wanted to pursue that. And so he had some that were that same base color of like a really nice off-white. I just, I dug, he had 3 of them on the table and he let me open the containers and look at them, individually. And, I think I just kept shopping around and ended up finding the other one that I ended up taking home. So, but he had some nice ones that fit the bill for what I was looking for. Yeah, that's cool though.
Forgive me for a minute. I got to plug my computer is not plugged in for some reason. Hang on a second.
Got me sitting here thinking I froze up or something. The Uwabami booth. The Uwabami Hail the Scales Cannon Fire Reptiles booth. The trifecta. And the Dave Powell booth.
What did I miss?
Yeah, then we're showing Billy's table.
Oh yeah, dude, the Uwabami, Skylar Williams, Casey Cannon, Dave Powell spread was fantastic.
Which I don't know when Dave's stuff showed up. I just remember walking back to Billy's table at one point and looking down and seeing Namibian house snakes and being like, "Where the fuck did these come from?"
Yeah,
it was like, "Oh, those are Dave's." I'm like, well, "Shit!" I was like, "I've been talking to Dave about Namibians and Lineatus like off and on for probably a year now."
Yeah.
I was like, had I known,
oh yeah, dude,
he had some, I would have hit him up about some or something beforehand.
And I'll say this, I'm not a house snake guy, but Dave's Namibians are probably the nicest in North America, especially like his adults, like what they look like as adults. Woof.
He can't be but one of only a handful of people that even are doing anything with him, honestly. Like,
yeah, I think there's only like there's probably less than 5 guys actually doing them. So,
yeah.
And
but our buddy Storm Sutton picked up one of those Namibians.
Oh, nice.
So, and he had some really nice albino capensis, I think, on the table too.
Cool.
They were all males, but.
And then I know he had given us the baby snakes in like strawberry containers. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And all the snakes were perfectly sized for these strawberry containers, except for one moonshine rat, and the thing kept getting out. So I took electrical tape and I just taped the crap out of it. And Skylar happens to walk by. He's walking by, and all of a sudden he hears, and it popped itself out of the tape. And I was like, "Holy crap!" Nobody holds back.
It can't be contained.
Can't be contained. These Appalachian hills.
This guy had a nice pair of chondros there.
Yeah, he did.
Casey
and dude,
had some cool stuff.
Yeah, man. Casey had that midnight line that
Yeah.
Dude, Tony Hurt wound up getting some of that midnight stuff, man.
Did he?
Oh, he did. It was great meeting Tony too, man. Stand up fella.
Yeah, he was
really stand up fella.
Really glad we got to meet him.
Yeah,
it's
man.
Cool to hang out with him.
Oh, for sure, dude. Old school vibes. I love it. Oh my. Yes.
So did you take anything home?
No, I took home 2 books. We could talk about literature and dry goods later, but no, I did not take home any actual living creatures. I had talked to Rob Nemo about some West Rancherias locality subocs that are being cooked as we speak. So hopefully beginning of October, I'll be giving him some money. But no, man, I didn't buy anything with a heartbeat. This is actually my first Daytona I've ever been to since I'm going to age myself. Since 2004 or 2005 that I did not bring home something with a heartbeat.
How did it feel?
It was awkward, man. It was awkward. But like I have eggs that are cooking. You know what I mean? Like I'm really happy with my collection right now. So there's no need to be frivolous. Now, Anna Maria, she did pick up her first cave gecko.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Chinese?
Yeah, absolutely. So
Did she get it from Amelia?
Hainan. No, we got them from I don't want to say the evil F word, but a dealer that had a lot of animals. A reseller, yes. A lovely woman who had lots of animals to resell, and you could tell everything was captive bred by one person or another. There was no wild caught stuff on her table at all. Mm-hmm. But like you could tell, like, okay, these bearded dragons all came from one person, these leopard geckos all came from one person, these Hainanensis all came from one person. So, and she's like, oh, look at the eyes, look at the bands, the tail has got blue bands. I was like, yeah, you should pick that up and get a closer look. So she was enamored. So we went through a handful of them, and she picked one out and got them set up. So that was cool. Good for her.
Nice.
Yeah. So now this beautiful peanut butter and chocolate chipped noodle that we're looking at right here, that came home with you.
That's
right?
the one that came home with me.
Mm-hmm.
So it was from Wild Thing Exotics, which they have a store in Jacksonville.
Oh, cool.
Which I was like, hey, who's doing your shirts? And they were like, well, we're getting some soon but we don't, like, I guess they're having issues with the person they're getting them from. So I was like, gave them my card and was like,
there you go.
Hit me up. They had 2 Conicus, and I couldn't see this one because it was under the sub, and they had another one that I could kind of see, and I could see a sliver of the neck of this one. And I asked her, I was like, can I take a look at that one? As soon as she uncovered it, like dusted it off, I was like, fucking box it.
Nice.
Like put it in the box. $100, dude. That
thing worth it.
Female.
For those listening on their commute to work, so this is a rough sand boa, but the base color is straight up peanut butter. Okay. And you know, when you're making chocolate milk and you're pouring the Hershey's chocolate syrup into the milk, and sometimes at the very end, there's like a couple drops that just kind of sit on the surface of the milk. That's what it has. It has milk chocolate drops that just go down the whole body of the animal. killer looking snake.
The other one was not nearly as good looking. So
yeah.
And then, as it's funny enough, is like I got this, and then I walked over because Tony D and the Holy Trinity were down at the end of that row.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Tony about something. He's like, "Oh, what'd you get?" And I showed him that Conicus. He's like, "I was looking at that one."
Nice.
So I guess Tony is also at one point, or still was into Conicus, which I thought was funny because he's like, "You work with those?" I said, "Yeah, I've got a ton of them at home." It's like feel like I'm one of like 3 people that actually care about them.
Yeah.
And of course, I hit up Rob Robbins and was like, "How much money you want to bet you produce this?"
Yeah.
Because I told him, I was like, "How come every Daytona I go and I see Conicus, and especially lighter ones like this, like I have a feeling there's a solid 90% chance that you're the one who made it." And he thinks that one might actually be a litter mate to one that he has that he held back.
Oh, cool.
But he doesn't, we don't know for sure. But
yeah, it's just
very funny. If I see a Conicus, I'm like, Rob probably made that.
Yeah. Speaking of Tony D, I got to watch an interaction at Daytona that I thought was incredible. I know I told you about it, but so at some point in the show, Tony D pulls out what I would say is one of, if not the coolest looking gray band I've ever seen. Now, what do you remember the snake I'm talking about?
That big male?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
dude.
what would you, all right, what like, I don't want to say phenotype, what color style, locality style would you have called that snake even if it didn't have all the crazy pink and shit?
I don't know. I know what it is because I remember reading the label.
Oh, what was it?
It was a Langtree.
Okay. So the best looking Langtree you've ever seen with crazy orange bands and pink blushing that goes around each band and or saddling area. Dude, one of the coolest gray bands I've ever seen. And the thing was a monster. It was like it's like a goddamn ball python. Okay. So
not in a bad way.
Not in a bad way. I'm talking about just size and
big gray band.
Thick. So at one point, Rob Nemo comes around the booth because I guess he was like looking at it from the front or whatever, just to kind of make sure like the deli cups look good. And I think he may have been schmoozing with somebody, and he sees that snake out of the corner of his eye, and he's like, "Hey man, I keep looking at it out of my peripheral. I keep seeing this." And he's telling this to Tony D. And he's like, "I really like the snake." He goes, and Tony says, "Well, you better, because you produced it 9 years ago." And Rob Nemo's like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, I bought that snake as a neonate from you 9 years ago." He's like, "Do you want it?" And Rob Nemo's like, well, what do you want for it? He goes, "Nothing, man. We're friends. Just take it." And I was like, that's some old school herper shit. I love it. Absolutely love it. Like the dude had his snake that he produced 9 years later, and he winds up giving it back to him to keep the project going. Dude, just the coolest guys in the world, man. I love it.
Man, seeing them, I every year when I see those guys doing their thing, I'm always like, man, I hope that's all of us in 30 years, 20 years. Like,
for sure, man. I hope.
It's just awesome.
It's just awesome. And then at the Holy Trinity's table, I don't want to say anything, but like there was a lot of Red Zeps at the show, man. Dude, the Red Zeps is making a comeback in a strong
Phil
way.
King got some.
Yep.
Which he was like, dude, I want some. He's like, I want Red Zeps. He's like, who should I go to?
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, honestly, if I'm getting anything Red Zep, if it ain't coming from Trumbauer or Tony themselves, I don't trust it.
Yeah.
Like that's one of those morphs, like you got to go to the source.
Oh yeah.
To make sure that it's proper, because I did see some other like red stuff with Red Zep labels on them at the show at other tables. I don't remember who, but I just remember looking at them being like, is it like there's a Red Zep in the line like 3 generations back? Like what's, I don't know. So I told Phil, I was like, message Tony before you go to the show to see if he can bring you something in case he wasn't bringing a certain thing, male or female or whatever. And Phil got a pair, and they're really nice. And Tony was also saying he outcrossed it, and he had a much better success as far as like the size of the babies this round. They weren't as difficult to get eating as they've historically been.
Nice.
He's done a lot of stuff, and Hunter picked up a pair of Boy Scout Road Bairds.
Oh yeah,
Craig.
Dude. And dude,
Jake got a pair of Boy Scout Road Bairds.
Look, Jake's pair looks great, but dude, Hunter's pair, they were like yearlings, bro. I almost bought those damn snakes. They were awesome, absolutely awesome. And just going back to the Red Zepp thing, I did not see him, but I thought somebody mentioned that Howie Sherman was actually there.
He was there.
Okay, I didn't see him, but yeah, that's cool, man. That's super cool. Be like, autograph my corn snake.
Yeah. Sign it with this Sharpie and we'll get it tattooed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Did a lot of nice stuff. There was like 2 Bairds in particular that Craig had on his table. That's what I was talking to Tony about when I had that Conicus. Because they really caught my attention because they were both, one of them was I think a visual hypo.
Okay.
And one of them was like a double het. But the double het in particular had this weird reddish wash over it. And I pointed out to Tony, I was like, you notice, like, what's the deal with this one? It doesn't, that this one stands out. And he kind of looked at it. He was like, I don't know. It looks different. And that was kind of it. And it was like, I don't know, man. Like, I'd be holding on to that one just in case. Like, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, man.
I think that aberrant one is what I'm talking about, Hunter. There was that one, and then I think the one under that was like a weird reddish. It looked like a Meluris.
Okay.
Like it looked like a Tamu-Lepin, like straight up. Like it had this weird goldish blushing that went, parallel with the spine, and it's pretty cool looking.
It's almost like
I'd spent all my money. Otherwise, I would have probably grabbed it.
Tell me if I'm not visualizing it correctly in my mind, but it's almost like reverse tipping.
Yeah.
Like blushing at the base of the scale instead of the tip.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool, man. That's
that's what the Loma Altas have going on, is like all that orange and stuff is at the base of those scales, not the end. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's super cool, man. I'm eager to see Jake's and Hunter's and see what they turn into, Dude, a lot of potential in that shit. So what's next?
I'm jumping around a little.
Dude, jump it.
Hold on a second. What am I doing? So being on the tachydramus kick that I'm on.
Yes, you are.
And learning that the little long-tailed lizards that PetSmart sells are tachydramus. I dropped Phil off at the airport, and lo and behold, a mere 5 minutes down the street from the airport is a PetSmart.
Nice.
And I checked on the app, and they had them in stock. So I went to that PetSmart and bought 2 of them for a whopping $10 a piece.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah, dude, they're $9.99.
Now that's a different species than what you bought.
So that's the Sex lineatus.
Okay. What's the locality on that?
So these are imports, like these are 100% wild caught. And I believe these are going to be coming from Indo. There's 2 subspecies. So there's Sex lineatus, and then there's Sex lineatus ocellatus. And these are the ocellatus, if I'm not mistaken. This, I believe, is the female. So it ended up being a pair. I got lucky. It looks to be a pair. I'm like 95% sure that the one that I think is a girl is a girl.
Are they dimorphic like the other ones?
Sort of, not like the Smaragdinus are, where it's very obvious because of the color differences. Like with these, the base of the tail on the males is much fatter. Like it's very clearly they have some peenage going on.
Yeah.
Females just don't have that same thickness.
Yeah.
So I grabbed these and set them up in a nice planted tank. I need to add some stuff to it to fill it out a little more. But I got those
coming around, or are they just hiding?
Oh no, they hang out all day. Like they're out about all day. They don't really freak out until I, get within an inch or 2 of them with the hand.
I mean, and that'll go away,
Yeah. I mean, it's funny too, because like once you have them in hand, I found it the same with the Smaragdinus. Is like once you have them, like they kind of just sort of give up and they're just completely chill and they're not really interested in running off. Excellent. But if they can get away from you, they're gonna try. So.
Yeah. I mean, and we talked about it. I think last show we were talking about how intelligent they are for being so tiny.
Yeah.
So.
And then the bulk of my money at Daytona went to plants and decor for this tank for the Smaragdinus.
Hell yeah.
So this is a 40-gallon exo. I had to get some UV lights. I had to get this monkey vine, some of this manzanita. These plants that I have in here all came from there, cork bark, all that good stuff.
Hell yeah.
Got a bunch of clay balls for the false bottom So came home. I set all this up, I think, Monday afternoon after I dropped Phil off. It might have been Tuesday after work. I can't remember, but got them all set up in this, and it looks pretty good.
Looks great.
It'll look really good when it fills out more. There's like 2 different kinds of sort of grass or like spider plant sort of deals in here. Philodendron. Yeah. I got some peacock moss done in here. I had a begonia that I left outside with some other ones, and they just got absolutely fried. So that begonia is probably toast. It might make a comeback. We'll see. But this is one of the Sextilineatus going absolutely bonkers on some red runners.
I remember you saw that picture. That's awesome.
That's one of the female Smaragdinus.
Oh, dude, look how green.
Just curled up in the hot spot.
Love it, man.
And this is after I finish the build.
Oh, great job, man. What are you going to do for a background?
I wasn't planning on doing one.
Oh, never mind then.
I don't know. I might. I'm hoping, like I said, I put some of these like grass type filler plants in the back, hoping that they'll grow up a little, fill out some more. And
well, I mean, it's good. You got it's not like there's stuff behind it. You know what I mean? It's good.
Yeah.
Crisp.
I watched this female like destroy, I swear, like half the roaches in that freaking cup.
It's good, man.
She went and perched, and she just looked so distended from eating so much that I was like, mother of God. I've let them I've free roamed the roaches in there previously, and they if they see them moving, they go after them. But I found that if I put them in this cup, they definitely get eaten. So
yeah,
that's what I'm doing with those. With the Smaragdinus, it's a free for all. I just toss them in there and they just go nuts. You can see the males right here coming up the background there.
Oh yeah,
chasing after. Watching them hunt is awesome, dude.
They're dinosaurs, man.
Yeah. Letting a bunch of crickets and roaches go in there is like that field scene in Lost World where they just get off by the raptors.
Yes. That's so cool.
Yeah, there's all 3 of them. That's the original female I got from Callaway.
Nice.
Which it's nice because having the pair that I picked up a pair of the Smaragdinus at Daytona. I had the female from Callaway. There was only one table that had Smaragdinus, and I got a pair of them. And so now I told Callaway we can add some new blood into his group. When this pair starts producing, I'm gonna trade him some. He'll give me some males or something. We're gonna figure something out. But he and I are kind of working together on the whole tacky thing. So when I start getting some babies, I'll be able to get him some fresh blood in his mix and
hell yeah,
do some horse trading. But yeah, they're awesome, man. Like they're always out. Like I think the reason I've come to like them so much is they remind me a lot of the dart frogs. Like you don't walk in the room and they don't take off and hide. Like if you get close to them, kind of like the Sextilineatus, if you go to try and grab them, like they definitely take off and freak out a little bit. But if you're just in the room hanging out, like they're just chilling, man. They're like this one was just hanging out.
Yeah, man. It allows you to also have full vivarium, and they're not going to destroy the thing.
Yeah. Well, that's the perk of them too. Is like they're not a gecko, so you don't have to worry about them climbing the glass and like cave painting it.
Yeah,
Urates and stuff, like they can't climb the glass, so you don't have that problem. But I got some sticks from outside, like some old vine that I had growing in the lot next door. This is some creeping Jenny in the background here that I stole from Katie's pot in on the patio.
Nice.
Yeah, but once this fills out, though, I think it'll be exactly where I want it. The only challenge is going to be like when they do start producing. I don't plan on pulling eggs, so seeing some babies run around occasionally.
That'd be awesome, man.
Probably gonna be happy, yeah. But I have the Reptison with the shade dweller bulb in it, and I've got just a regular, sort of heat halogen in this, and then I just the other day I got some LEDs off Amazon, so I have a big LED that goes across on the top here. Excellent. But excellent. Yeah, man, they're awesome. I'm really enjoying it, and I was walking around Daytona wondering, like, am I actually like a closeted lizard guy? Because I saw like a zebra skink on a table, and I was like, I should buy
Yeah,
that.
dude. Yeah.
What am I doing? And like Phil King's like, dude, you're a lizard guy. I'm like, I'm not a lizard guy. Like, I'm not. I refuse to admit it.
Look, man, no one says that you can't be a snake guy and have an affinity for lizards, you know?
Well, then seeing the problem too also was seeing all the keel bellieds. Those were cool because I was like, that's just a bigger version of the tacky. Like,
Yep.
you know. And then the Chihuahuas. So I helped Brian at sundown because Danielle and Becca were helping him. Now he needs Strophaurus. Yeah, I need Strophaurus, but it's out of my tax bracket.
Yeah. Brandon,
I need you to send me Strophaurus, Brandon.
to make more, bro.
I'm on chains.
He's a make it.
Yeah.
Make them.
But all the Chihuahuas that
Chihuahua.
So Brian has absolutely killer animals. Doesn't matter if it's gargoyles, leechies, chewies, cresteds,
fucking
tree
Amy
monitors, do the Amy eye.
I know.
Oh, but I was helping set up some of those, like clean up some of the cups the chewies were in before the show opened up, and it was just like looking at them and seeing that some of them were like $6,000. I'm like, dude, that's literally like 5 months of mortgage for me.
Yeah.
Like my mortgage is not a lot, but I'm just holding it like, and I'm trying to be super gentle with it because they're jumping and stuff and like going over my shoulder and climbing onto my bag. And I'm trying to be like super gentle. And Brian's just like grabbing it off my shoulder, holding it off. I'm like, dude,
Dude, they're not cresties.
I know. I'm like, it's like making me nervous, but
yeah, for sure.
I started working on a Fulvia shirt for Chihuahuas because I was looking at them and I remember looking at Danielle and being like, dude, these things are mossy oak camouflage. Like, so I'm working on a mossy oak Chihuahua shirt. But
nice Chihuahua.
Seeing those things, dude, I was like, oh my God, they're freaking awesome. I've always wanted Chewies. It was just never one of those things where I was like, I got a spare $600 laying around. Like, now's the time to get a Chewy kind of thing. It was, they're really cool. I do like them.
Yeah. Now we missed. Sean was asking about the carpets at the show. I thought carpets were well represented by those who should have them represented, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So like the guys who are doing them, whether it be Balin or Kohler or Clay, their animals are stellar, absolutely incredible. There were other people that had some really nice carpets, and they were breeders. It made me happy to see that the quote unquote resellers did not have them. That makes me happy because when you see a quote unquote reseller with it, it usually means that somebody had a clutch of random ass jungles and they bought the clutch and they're throwing them on the table as filler. And I didn't see that. At least I didn't see that. So, and that makes me happy, man.
I think I probably saw a couple like random carpets on a couple here and there, but it definitely wasn't a large number by any means.
And it wasn't like what it's been in the past in that regard. So.
Yeah. Overall, it was a good show. I thought there was a lot of really cool stuff. I thought it was interesting that it didn't seem like there were as many hog breeders as there have been in previous years. Like
I was gonna say, there's a lot of hogs.
Yeah, but I feel like there was way more last year.
I mean, maybe. I feel like there was more hogs than ball pythons this year.
I would agree if they weren't, almost tied just in terms of numbers of tables. But
yeah.
It was very interesting too to see the amount of blood pythons.
It was.
There's a lot of blood pythons.
One table in particular
started making me wonder, are blood pythons going to be creeping up into that ball python? Not necessarily, obviously they won't get to the level that ball pythons have, but are we starting to get into that arena?
I think we are, especially since you have more morphs that are more readily attainable. Stuff that used to be $4,000 or $5,000 now is $1,200 or the like, whatever. And I honestly, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I genuinely feel like because we know how to take care of them better than we used to, their temperaments have improved. Mm-hmm. The stigma of the nasty, aggressive, defensive, bites everything that moves blood python is slowly slipping away, as well as them being bred more in captivity and not farmed.
Mm-hmm.
So the temperament is better. You know, I see it going that direction. I do. And shout out to our good buddy Kevin Arbogast for having a banging table.
He did, man. He had some on his table. He had some boas that I was like, dude, I don't know exactly. I don't remember the combination of at least one of the boas he had, but he took it out for me and Phil on Friday when we first got there because I got on Friday and started delivering some shirts. And I was like, fuck, dude, that thing is just unbelievable. Like it looked like an Amazon. Like the eyes were like Amazon.
Really?
Tree boa. Yeah, dude. It was
that's cool, man.
Unbelievable. And then I mean, I told Phil, young Phil, looking at blood pythons, I was like, they're cool. I was like, honestly, I couldn't tell you what any like the morphs are or anything. I just know what looks neat. Same, similar with ball pythons because King breeds bloods.
Oh yeah. He's
trying to send me one. And I told him like I don't trust him. I don't.
You know what
Same thing with the Conicus. I don't like the Jack in the Box thing. I don't like that game. I don't.
And I tell you what though, I've never kept Conicus, but having kept my good handful of bloods over the years, you don't get Jack in the Box when you. I don't want to. This is going to sound so cliche, and I don't want to say it, but I have to. There's no better synonym. When you read the room or learn the animal, the Jack in the Box is gone. So like, dude, some of my meanest Sumatran stuff I had, like fresh out the bush Sumatran, I could walk by the cage and look at it and be like, you know what? You're not feeling it today. You're not feeling it right now. I'm going to come back in an hour. Yeah, I'm going to come back in an hour. And I come back in an hour and I would use a snake hook and I would pull it towards me and just pick it up. And life was good, So like, I genuinely feel like, you would do well. I feel like bloods would do well in your room if you had the appropriate space.
Well, that's the other thing too. I told Phil, I was like, if I pretty much can't keep it ambient in the room because everything else stays ambient, like low 80s in the day, like then I'm not gonna go out of my way to give it specific heat and things like that to make it work. So.
I got you. But yeah, man, bloods were well represented, and dude, Kevin, as always, stand up fella, great animals. Can't recommend him enough. And dude, his photography on Instagram is fucking insane. His photography on Morph Market or whatever platform he uses to sell his animals is freaking insane. So good stuff, man. Very good stuff.
It was interesting to see spider prices this year in comparison to last year were much higher.
Not to mention more bugs. I have never seen that many bugs.
More? I feel like there was less.
I feel like there was more. And there was barely any import bugs.
There was a lot of wild-caught Simani.
Oh, was there?
There's a lot of wild-caught Simani.
But no, but I mean, like there wasn't a table full of Asian forests. There was a couple.
I mean, New Moon.
Okay, but I'm saying, but like the days of like underground having an entire table of just forest scorpions,
right?
Random Smeringerus,
Yeah.
Grab bag heterometrus.
Yeah, there's a couple tables that had bugs, and there were some that were there last year that I bought some stuff from. That this year their prices were just considerably higher than what they were last year, and I mean maybe that's just a symptom of the invert side of things. I think becoming more popular.
Yeah, for sure.
A pretty good bit, I would think, in the last year. I think it's picked up a lot. Because I mean I don't really see general inflation really affecting the price of anything except shipping and shipping supplies. So it doesn't really make sense to me, but I don't know. It just seemed like prices were considerably higher than they were last year on stuff that typically isn't really that expensive, but
what else I'll lump into that. And maybe this is where my anecdotal view of it is skewed. A lot more jumping spider people. A lot more jumping spider terrariums and decor and crap. And I feel like also a lot more invert, I won't say containers, but there was a lot of small invert bug boxes and acrylic boxes and small displays, and which I thought was really cool. And a lot of decor and a lot of good dry goods in that regard.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that table with all the wood and stuff set up couple tables down from Billy, because where I was looking at like the mangrove root one of the other main dry goods guys. Like they wanted like $40 a piece. I was like, that's insanity. Like that's ridiculous. Like I'm literally better off going to the beach and just getting all the driftwood I could possibly want.
Yeah.
So those guys at the end of Billy's table or end that row, they had, that monkey vine, they had manzanita, they had cork, they had all this stuff, and the prices were phenomenal. The guys were super cool. They gave me a deal because they were setting up, and I kept sort of hovering because I was like telling them like, I'll wait until you guys are done, but I want to get, I want to load up on some stuff. And they were like, no, man, go through it and get what you need. And so I did that, and then they ended up actually giving me a deal on sort of a bundle.
Nice.
They were just really nice guys too. So. But those are that's the time to load up on cork and stuff, is those shows.
It really is. And I caught myself when I was looking at dry goods, because I like to do at least one good lap for just dry goods. Just to kind of like, it's just so much stuff to look at, like you try and see everything. You got to do multiple laps. You got to hit back and forth aisles a bunch. So I'm going through looking for dry goods, and I came across those big cork guys. And I'm looking at all this cork. I'm like, oh, this would look great here. Oh, this would look good there. And I forget, like, I have so much cork at home that's not being used. And then, like, I thought about Anna Maria's enclosures. And last Daytona, like the 2025 Daytona, I bought her a really, really nice cork round for her Florida King, not realizing that it's the size of the whole Exoterra. And I'm thinking to myself, well, crap, man, I should just break that thing in half. And that'll last me a good while, too. But yeah. I still find myself looking at cork, and dude, the prices were great. Yeah. They really were, stuff that's $12 and $20 at Petco, PetSmart, you're going to get it for $8.
Not even, dude, even less than that. If we're talking like the smaller rounds and stuff, you're like $6, $5.
Nice.
Like now, me and Danielle, if there's like a Charleston Repticon happening, like I'll go just to get some cork, because that's the prices can't be touched online. To the shows, I don't know what it is, but that show cork, man, like so much cheaper.
It makes me wonder if their margins are so good that when they do a show, instead of making 50, 80, 100%, they're only making 20% because they don't want to take it home.
Yeah,
So
I don't know. It's like I never have enough of it. I took I had like probably a 3.5 foot round, like lengthwise in the Jansenite cage. I ended up taking that out and like curb stomping into my driveway and breaking it up into a ton of pieces to use now for spiders and stuff. Which is why I had to buy around at the show, because I didn't have anything to put in the tacky tank.
Yeah.
So I got a small round there, but dude, it's crazy how much just in general, like wood and hardscape stuff at shows is just so much cheaper than anywhere online. Like I'll get cork from PetSmart and stuff if I see it, and they had the Zoom Ed stuff on clearance for a while to where I could get a round for like $5, a decent medium sized one. And anytime they'd have it on the shelf, I'd just grab it and buy it. And then I guess it's back as a regular item now, so it's not on clearance anymore. So
not nice, but nice.
Yeah. So now, like if there's a show coming up, and Danielle's like, I'm gonna go, I'll be like, I'm going with you, so we can load up on that and get some other stuff. But
and did she say in the chat that she wants a hog nose?
Yes, she is hog nose shopping.
Nice, good for her.
She saw Wilson at work. She was like, what size tank is he in? I was like, oh yeah, you shopping around? You doing a little look at? Yes, this is old Phil. There's young Phil and old Phil. But young Phil is younger than pretty much all of us, so I feel like it's justified.
Can't we just do tall Phil, short Phil?
I mean, if you'd rather.
Whatever people want. Give the people what they want.
I was there last year, because I don't remember this, and maybe it's because I didn't have Jerome at that point, but there seemed like a freaking ton of baby veils, dude. Is there always that many baby veils? I saw a couple tables that just had tanks full of them, dude, for like $20 a pop.
So veils are, I feel like veils are cyclical. I feel like it's like every 3 to 5 years, there's a veil bloom, but I did not notice it this year. So
the back room had like a whole Cambro tub just full of baby veils.
Nice.
So where Billy's table was, Brian was behind him. On the other side, directly across the aisle, was another. I don't know who they were, but they had an EXO just full of baby veileds.
Really?
Again, like
They had
20
like
bucks a piece,
baby
25 bucks
Russian
a
rats and
piece.
stuff. They had some like cool.
No.
Okay,
I don't think so.
Else.
But they had this big male veiled for like 125, and I was like, I can't wait till Jerome gets that big, dude.
Oh yeah,
I don't. The more I think about it, the more I see him. As much research as I've done as of late on veiled, so it's like they really are a cool chameleon. Like it's a badass looking lizard.
Yeah.
And in terms of like ease of care in comparison to some others, it's like I get why they would be as popular of a choice as they are. Like,
yeah, man, they're the gateway drug to chameleons.
Freaking awesome.
Yeah, and like I don't know about you, but everyone, like I had the veils were my first chameleons, Yeah. So
mine were Jacksons.
Yeah, but you were in Hawaii.
Yeah, we kept them in a bird cage.
That's kind of cool, man.
It didn't work. It didn't work out.
I'm sure
we weren't, dude. We were keeping that was like everything you were not supposed to do as far as keeping chameleons. That's how we were doing it.
Yeah.
In my defense, I was like 9.
Oh, okay. I was
maybe
probably
10.
I was probably 18 when I got my first veiled, and I got a little like 6-month-old baby juvenile, and I remember somebody telling me, "Oh, you got to get this dripper, and you're gonna screw it into the side of a butter container." And let it drip, and then the chameleons get. And I was like, "This is crazy! Like, there's gonna drink the drop. Like, how's it gonna catch it midair?"
Yeah.
And then I was like, "No, I'm just gonna miss the damn thing," and that's what I wound up doing.
I just run a fogger now for like 3 hours in the early morning.
Well, when I was 18, there was no foggers. Okay,
I know. Jerome's got the setup, man.
Good for him, man. Good for him. How's the Spurs looking?
They're there.
Good.
Dude, every morning, like that's become my routine now is like wake up, feed lizards, and then wake up my child, and then we go to school.
Nice.
So for the first like 45 minutes of the day, I'm running around in my underwear, feeding spiders and lizards and sifting through roaches. And they don't have, so like I've learned that. I always thought the same thing with veileds, that they have like a 3 to 5 year lifespan, but you can actually keep them alive a lot longer.
Yeah.
If you're keeping them in like optimal conditions.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I think the record is like, I want to say like 12 or 14 years. Maybe.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, like, I think it's just like snakes. If you don't overfeed the shit out of them, you don't keep them fat.
Yeah, you don't stress them the fuck out.
Yeah.
And put them on your shirt while you drive to the grocery store.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
it's nice because on the weekends, like he has a little umbrella tree that I got from Callaway, and I'll take him out on the driveway and let him chill in the sun in that while I smoke a cigar and bullshit. And
yeah,
then he goes back in his cage and he's cool.
Yeah. And yes, there was fogging systems. And I remember I got my first fogging system for my first jungle carpet. And it was that metal disc that you dropped in the water bowl, and it made and I was like, this is an electrical. This is horrible. This is someone's getting zapped. I'm getting zapped. The snake's getting zapped. This is bad. I wasn't throwing it away.
I got a $40 one off Amazon that's actually been really nice and super quiet.
Okay, that's cool.
I've been really happy with it. It's not like the ZoomEd stuff that's expensive, which I have so many questions when it comes to ZoomEd.
Yeah.
Like, how can you make so many products that are awesome and then so many that are so wildly outdated?
Because because they're looking at it from a corporate point of view where it worked for us for 30 years. We can't stop making it.
Like the chameleon kit that you can get, which I ended up buying a new one.
With the dripper.
It didn't even come with a dripper. It comes with like Repticarpet.
Oh, Jesus. Really?
And like a 5.0 compact UV bulb, and
oh my god,
like a dome and stuff. Like, so I just like I took all that stuff out and I ended up trashing most of it.
Yep.
So I'm like, why are y'all like? Y'all know that people don't use this shit, so why are you even including it? Like,
do you know
Put the $30 tray that comes with the
Yes.
Reptibreeze in there, because
Yes.
Jesus Christ, I bought one of those at Daytona too. I saw it and I was like, "Fuck, I need one of those."
Yup.
And they're expensive as fuck. It's a piece of plastic.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what. You know how many screen enclosures I fucked up with tin snips and needle nose pliers when I could have just slid a zip tie through it? You know what I mean? Just like popping holes through permanent holes through screen, bending wire with needle nose pliers to try and conform perches and synthetic vines and stuff, when realistically I could have just got black or brown zip ties and just zip tied it.
Well, my question too is, like, with the Reptibreezes, is, people are using foggers now. Like, why aren't you including a port on the top already that you can put the hose from the mist, like the fogger, in?
Right.
Because I'm not about to cut a hole in that thing. Like, I took a $1 bowl from Walmart, melted a hole in it, so I use it as like a diffuser almost.
Sure.
The hose goes into that, and that's how I put it. Because, like, I'm not cutting a hole in that brand new cage.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you.
To where that can't be fixed, that can't be replaced. It's only going to get worse.
Talking about that's what we used to do.
Like,
we were morons.
Why can't you just put a little coupling or something in there that you can?
An O-ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, an eyelet O-ring. Yeah.
I don't get it.
I'll tell you what, the diffuser is a great idea, man. Like, doing that especially for chameleons, or like stuff that you want to. I learned this in my days of trying to recreate dew. Is you getting your mom's old Tupperware that doesn't have a lid and it's all scratched and opaque from being in the dishwasher 1,000 times.
Spaghetti stains in it.
Yeah, spaghetti. Exactly, dude. That spaghetti stain one that doesn't have a lid. You pop a hole in the top with a soldering iron, you shove in the fish tank tube, and it just sits on top.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, and now you have a full coverage of that one section of exo. One section's got the lights, the other section has nothing. So instead of putting a piece of cellophane or plexi there to try and keep the humidity in, you just put that spaghetti bowl on there. And I mean, it's unsightly unless you make it pretty.
Why do hot dogs come in packages of 8 while hot dog buns come in packages of 6?
All right.
My other gripe with Zoom Ed is the Reptisons. Okay.
Yeah.
If you buy a Reptison, it comes with either the 10.0 bulb or the 5.0 bulb.
Right. Classic point.
I need a 2.5, not a 5, not a 10. I'm not about to spend $60 on a brand new Reptison and then have a bulb that I'm just not going to use.
Yeah, but you wouldn't. I would never put Reptison on something that only needs 2. I feel like that's a really powerful and expensive bulb for that.
It's no different than a shade dweller.
No, but a shade dweller is designed for the shade, right?
Yeah, but that bulb is too. Like, they make a 2.5 bulb for the Reptison.
I didn't know that.
They don't include it in any of the things with the actual unit.
I didn't know they made one. I thought they only made the 5 and the 7 and the 10.
I wanted to buy another Reptison for the tacky tank, but I was like, I don't want to spend $60 and then an additional $20 on a bulb and then have a 5.0 that I'm just never really going to use. And so I was like, well, let me go see if I can find someone else that sells like the Arcadia unit or something. And I found a table in the back, and they had shade roller bulbs. So I was like, do you have fixtures for these? And the guy's like, yeah, I have some secondhand that I pulled out of some enclosures. Like, I'll sell one to you for, $35. And I was like, okay,
nice.
Cool.
Nice.
Did that. Problem is, I got home.
Shake test?
No, the bulb was fine.
Okay.
But the cord, I should have had him check it before I left with it. The cord doesn't fit all the way into the unit. And I went to go turn it on and nothing happens. So I have this like dead in the water. It's a very electronics fixture. It's not the Arcadia, but it's the same design.
Yeah. And
so guess who ended up, I had the shaved roller bulb still, but guess who still ended up going to PetSmart and just getting another Reptison, which, I mean, they're the same price as they are at the show. It's like a $5 difference.
Yeah.
Which, life hack, if you're getting stuff off PetSmart, if you order it on the app, it's usually cheaper than it is in store.
Okay.
Just something to know. Like, I get that BioBlend stuff, the expensive soil, the bougie stuff that Phil King always gives me a hard time for getting because it's expensive. It's $20 in store. If you go on the app, you can get it for like $15. So,
nice. Okay. That's good.
It's enough to make a difference.
Yeah, worth doing it. Yeah.
and you just do the pickup option, and then you get it. So, long story short, double check fixtures if you're not getting them brand new.
Yeah,
because I feel like I got taken.
Also,
you got me.
Always make sure the wattage of the fixture corresponds with the potential wattage of the bulbs you're using, because I can't tell you how many times there would be, I'm not going to name brands, but major reptile equipment manufacturers, the wattage is only up to a 60 watt and the bulb you have is a 120 because you have a big vivarium or something. And now the thing pops or it doesn't work or it flutters or whatever because you don't, your fixture can't handle it. So be mindful, people.
And for what it's worth, Shade Dweller Arcadia bulbs do work in Reptisuns.
Oh, nice.
I wasn't sure if they would. Brandon Meyer was like, "Nah, you're good." I plugged in because I have that on the tacky tank, and it's fucking aces. So
nice. Let my dog inside. Hold on.
Lights are expensive. Lizards are expensive. LEDs are cheap. I get them aquarium LEDs off Amazon. They have like a million different sizes in them. Got those set up. Because I got 3 lights on Jerome by himself. I got the Reptisun, I got an LED, and I have a heat bulb. And then I've got 3 lights on the tackies as well. And I need to get like one of the heat, 40 watt halogens on the Sex lineatus. I need to fix my power strip situation on that particular wall of the room because all the modem and internet stuff is plugged into that thing, and I'm out of plug space. So they've just been rocking the UV and stuff, and not really getting much in the way of heat. And they keep basking at like the highest points. So I think they're trying to get to some heat, and I need to give it to them.
Have you looked at the micro halogens?
So I've been using the mini halogens that Zimet has. Yeah,
the little tiny dome. Yeah, with the little prongs that go in.
No, this is like a regular screw-in bulb, but it's
okay,
small.
it's tiny. Okay, so
and that 40 watt cranks out like that thing puts out a decent amount of heat.
Okay,
for what I need it for.
Yeah, I've been using for 10 years now. I've been using the little tiny dome with the little tiny halogen with the 2 prongs that go in it, and not only do they last forever, the bulbs are cheap as hell because they're so tiny. But they throw so much heat. So on the Nephris Vivs and stuff, I only do it for a couple hours a day just to kind of get them up to speed. But dude, those bulbs are awesome. And the girdle tail lizards too, man, it's awesome. What kind of dog? I have a long-haired dachshund, and he was not liking this heat right now.
No, your dog, not your dong, dude. You got a long-haired dachshund, buddy?
Yeah. Just because of that, I was looking at temps because I'm sitting out here dying. So the desert room right now is 79 degrees Fahrenheit and 43% humidity. And outside where I'm sitting is 82 degrees Fahrenheit and 79% humidity. Yeah.
Brutal.
Fucking swamp.
Here, Danny sent me some pictures of the Chihuahua she went home with.
Oh, nice. Chihuahua. Oh, man, the thing's so cool looking. So cool. What, Danny, what number Chewy is that for you? Is it like 5 or 6, right?
I don't know.
Are we going back to your pictures?
No.
Oh.
Let me figure out. Facebook's putting them in like this weird order.
Yeah.
The non-chronological shit it likes to pull.
Oh, yeah, dude. Crazy. That's a fucking Pokemon.
1000%. And they were like just jumping all over the place, just aimlessly. Don't know where I'm going to land, but we're landing.
Yeah. I can make it.
Yeah, pretty much. Landing on the table on top of all the other delis and like flipping them over. And these things are so cool, man.
So cool, man.
And he has Strophurus too, and they're just, oh my god. So
I know. I was looking at him, man. Fuck.
every year I look at him and I'm keep waiting for the price to come down just a little bit.
Dude, Carphodactylidae for the win.
Just a little bit.
One day, man.
Callaway has some.
Oh yeah,
they're really cool. Yeah, he's getting eggs from his, but I think the last one or two he found them late, and they were kind of cooked.
That'll happen.
A little dry.
That'll happen. So, did you have more? Do you want more pictures or no?
I don't think so. Let me.
Okay. I feel like I had more pictures. You know what? Let me look. See if I
really didn't take that many this year. I feel like.
Yeah, man. I was so like focused on the show that like, Hold on, let me see what I got. Let me see what I got. Yeah, man. I really didn't take any more than that. I got a bunch of the same pictures, just walk by and go snap, snap, snap real quick. So
here, I got a few that I just added.
Cool.
There need to have some sort of quick share button to make this easier. This is my phone background right now.
Nice.
Look at those little raptors chilling. They like to sleep in this. Like they'll curl up in the middle of that and just honk out.
I wonder if that's a texture thing or if it's like them waiting for the dewdrops or something.
I think it's a camouflage thing. I think they know that.
Oh yeah, good point. I didn't think of that. Yeah.
That's that Chihuahua design I was working on.
Oh, nice. Nice.
See his Chihuahua skin in the background there?
Oh, yeah.
Me and Sanchez.
Nice.
I asked him if this sweater he was wearing came in a V-neck. He said it does.
Excellent. Excellent. With the roadie brushstroke shirt. I love it.
We got Charleston Jesus in the back there. Gabe Schuler.
Oh, man.
That was Sanchez looking dubious.
Yes. Me mugging it.
Me and Clay.
Love that guy.
And this beautiful man on the way from the airport.
Is he passed out?
He is passed out.
Good for him. Oh, nice.
Sleeping like a baby. And then the worst date I've ever been on.
Oh, you loved it.
It was just me and him and Don Rico's.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
We talked about Venomous. He had some dark and stormies or something. I just had some sweet tea.
Nice.
Because they just had Pepsi. I was like,
I feel like he was minding his P's and Q's this year. It was good.
He was very well behaved.
He was very well behaved.
Old Keller.
That's our Kelly. Love that guy.
We were talking about Dinokistrodon and all kinds of stuff.
Nice.
Speaking
of which, did you see what they found in China on a herp trip like 2 days ago?
At Mangshan?
Dude,
yeah.
It's making the rounds, bro. Making the rounds. So that's like crazy. Just imagine just like walking up those.
Baby one at that,
stairs.
like a juvie at that.
Yeah. I mean, so mom's around there somewhere, So super.
Yeah,
cool.
that'd be something to see in the wild, dude.
Yeah. I was listening to Doc Messenger on Expert and Idiot, and great show, by the way, if you guys haven't caught it. And which, by the way, it was great meeting Adam at the show.
Got to hang out with Adam a little bit.
Yeah, man, that was fun. He's a good dude. And man, again, great episode if you get to listen to it. Expert and the Idiot with Dr. Kevin Messenger. He's never found one. And I forgot. I'm sure he's told me that at some point. I must have forgot, but that's crazy that he's been there as long as he has.
Isn't their range like super tiny though?
I don't know. It's a good question. That's a good question.
I thought it was like very localized to like one national park.
Really?
I think it is. Let me look. Use the Google machine.
Take a gander. Yeah, I imagine they're not unnaturalists. I imagine nothing's unnaturalist.
From what I've heard, the Chinese government protects them on the same level that they do pandas.
Yeah, it's like
a very big deal if you go and mess with those things. Yeah, you're in trouble.
Clearly, there were no pictures of any kind of handling or molestation of that snake at all on Instagram. It was literally just the snake on the railing of that staircase, and that's it.
So, I'd probably be glad that somebody even saw it, because imagine someone just walking up that thing thinking it's just a patch of moss or something and put their hand on it.
Yeah, man. I bet you that's what happened. I'm sure somebody probably was like walking by and was like, "Oh, look at that moss. Whoa, it moved."
Do you think those should be in Protobothrops?
Honestly, I feel like they should be their own thing. But
I agree.
What do I know? Excuse me for coughing in the microphone. What do I know?
Well, it's showing me a bunch of distribution maps for every other Protobothrops, damn it.
Yeah. It is interesting to me, though, that, like, you listen to Doc Messenger's Protobothrops bite from his Giordoni, and how, it is a quote unquote mild envenomation.
Psych.
And then you think about Manxinensis, and that is not a mild envenomation, So who knows?
I've heard mixed things. I've heard people say that they're not that toxic, but has anyone realistically been?
I don't know anyone that's ever
documented.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you want to be the first to find out?
And like, I know people have been bit by Cornuta, and it was not good.
Yeah, so I think it's like the Hunan province, like that national nature reserve, is where they're hyper fixated to.
Yeah.
I mean, props to China for protecting them as hard as they do.
Oh, for sure. Love it. So did you pick up, besides the dry goods you got for your Vivaria, did you pick up any books or anything while you were there? Any shirts or swag?
I did not. So I looked through the book table, and he had a couple that I really wanted, but I think he had like Caulfield's books.
Yeah, I wound up getting the Caulfield letters.
I really wanted those, but he wanted like $125 a piece, and by that point, I already spent everything on vivarium and animals. And
I picked up
that on eBay.
The Caulfield letters in paperback, and like, I'm not a paperback guy at all. If I'm going to buy a Herp book, I'm going to do everything in my power to get a hardback, just because more for the collection, But I'm really excited to read that. I never read that book. I think that's going to be great. And then I wound up finding handbook to reptiles and amphibians of the Middle East from, I don't even know, it's got to be 70s or 80s. And when I opened it, it had the stamp of my late mentor, Franz Munzer, with his address in there. So if he ever loaned his book out, right? It's crazy. And I know when he passed away a few years back, I know his widow, Marianne, she sold the collection to his book collection to a couple different people. And I've actually gotten one of his books before from the same book guy a couple Daytonas ago. Another book that happened to have his stamp in it. So when I saw that, I was like, Middle Eastern snakes, and it's my old mentor Frank's book. Sold, done. I don't care how much it is. So
I did talk to the guy that was running the Project Herpetoculture booth, like that magazine that the Bione guys in the Ukraine have been putting out.
Yeah.
I talked to him for probably solid 15 or 20 minutes, talked to him about when we were doing the magazine and all that. And those guys, even with everything going on over there, they're still making that happen.
Yeah, man.
Like, he was explaining to me, he's like, there'd be times where I just wouldn't hear from them for days, and they'd come back and be like, yeah, sorry, we were getting bombarded. Like, literally, like, there was missile attacks and stuff going on around us, so we couldn't get a hold of you, and they were like apologetic for it.
Wow.
So it's actually the fact that those guys have been able to keep doing what they're doing, not only with that, but just the animals and stuff that they work with as well.
Yeah,
it's really impressive.
Man,
that they're able to keep that going with as chaotic as it's gotten over there.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Because I flipped. He had a lot of hard copies of it there on the table for people to flip through, and I looked through a few of them, and I told him I appreciated the work because I know how much goes into it. And
yeah,
we were talking about that and reptiles because he used to write for reptiles, or he worked for reptiles for a little bit, and he's like the U.S. rep for lack of a better word. So he's like, man, they're making it happen. They apparently their vetting process for content is like very thorough.
Really? Okay.
But it had a lot of good stuff, and he was selling subscriptions and stuff there too. So, is
the magazine primarily in English or no?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Not just the ones that we get stateside. I mean, like as a whole. If I go to Europe,
yeah, I believe so. I don't think I think it's English.
Oh, excellent.
I haven't seen it any other way.
Nice.
Because I think I follow them on Facebook, but they have like digital subscriptions and they have hard copy subscriptions.
Okay.
I don't know. Every now and then I miss the magazine days.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I definitely regret not getting hard copies when I could. So
I still have all the PDFs, so you could.
Oh, okay.
You could get them printed.
Like, well, hell yeah. I'm gonna look into that. Just to have like a binder of them,
Yeah, I have them all sealed up in like poly bags.
Good.
On my bookshelf, and I was showing Phil those while he was here too.
That's awesome, man.
He got to see all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Even if I'm going to get those from you in the near future, because even if I just have them printed on good paper and just put them in like a 3-ring binder or something, just to have them,
Yeah, I have everything saved. I have a separate hard drive that has everything on it, and
excellent.
It's all still there.
Very cool.
They may still be available on that print-on-demand service too. I have to look.
Okay.
I don't know. I never took that down. It was only like issue, like the digital reader that we had to pay for a subscription for.
Okay.
For the print-on-demand, it was just basically, that was MagCloud.
Yeah.
I don't know. MagCloud, I think you did have to pay in order to have a certain amount of things on there. Otherwise, it capped it at like 15 pages of something. I don't know.
Stupid.
Yeah. But that might be worth bringing back, even if it's only for a month or two, just for people to get copies if they still wanted them. And
for sure, people that never got to read it, it's good stuff, man. Not just because we made it, it was good stuff.
Yeah. But this carbon flower is very good.
Oh yeah, I forgot to ask you, how goes it? How do you rate it? What are your takes?
Definitely one of the better LFDs for sure. It's in the top 5 for me.
Yeah, man. Wow. I think it's a great blend, and I only wish that you didn't have to buy the whole thing to get it. And who knows? Maybe they'll do a release later on, but it's very enjoyable. I like that cigar a lot.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you, man. So
it's how Rocky Patel gets you with the lighters and Tiffany colored things, Philip.
So I have my Tiffany colored Rocky lighter, right? And I like it. I like it a lot. And then the boys at the shop for my birthday got me my LA Blue. And I may have had my guy order me the matching cutter. I have to have it. I have to have it.
You're a mess.
I know. Oh man. Our need for accoutrement. Gotta have it.
Have you watched episode 2 of the doc?
And 3.
I have not watched 3 yet. I'm probably gonna watch that after we get off here.
Yeah, I've watced 2 and 3.
Episode 2 was kind of a snooze fest.
It was all right. It had its moments. I obviously you and I will go in depth off air, but brought back a lot of memories, man. A lot of memories.
Yeah.
And a lot of stories that I forgot about. So it's good, man. It's good. It's going in a way. The show as a whole, I think, is going in the direction I was hoping it would. So my opinion of it is still the same. And it's definitely an interesting story.
Did you go to that talk?
No, not at all. But I
saw
the video that was going around.
I heard it was tense.
I watched the video of it being tense. So, yeah.
Just thought it was this isn't the forum for that. Only compliments, please.
Yeah.
Only tell me how great I am. No critical feedback.
Yeah, and I know Mike was working at Billy's table, Billy Ganjami's table, and
I saw him sitting there on the phone. I'm like,
a lot of people were bringing him Lizard King copies to sign.
Oh,
yeah. So I went over. I said hi, but he ain't gonna remember me, man. So, but
you're gonna remember Baby Phil. Maybe you put on your glasses.
Honestly, yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember me now?
Yeah. Exactly. Definitely. Yeah, I wore glasses back then. Unless it was doing spitter shit. But yeah, man, like some of those videos with like US Fish and Wildlife walking, like you'll see it in episode 3 of like them like raiding Strictly and shit. And them walking over to the venomous store and like jiggling the handle. And I was like, oh my God, my door, my poor door. Ah, man.
Those walls have seen some shit.
Bro, those walls have seen some fucking shit, bro. So it's all good, man. It's all good. And seeing a lot of faces in episode 3 that, oh man.
Senior isn't still alive, right?
No, he passed away a couple of years ago.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, man, it was sad. Super sad. And then I had some pictures of me and Senior, and I don't know what the hell happened to them. I gotta find them. I think they're on like my old phone or something. But I gotta find them and dig them out just for nostalgia. You know, but it's a different time, man. It's a different time.
Yeah.
That's how I got my first brown snake. Was from Senior. He actually we got an Indo shipment in, and that's where that one Poplin Black that we had floating around for a while came from that same shipment. And which, by the way, I talked to its current owner, and sadly it passed away last year. But man, that snake was around for a long time. It was the only one in the country. But yeah, we got the shipment in, and there was a couple browns, and I was like, oh, I want this Mulga. I need this one. It was a New Guinea one, and I put my name on it. And this other guy, who I won't mention names, he was a pain in my ass back then. Him and I are on speaking terms now, but he was a pain in my ass. He tried to buy it out from underneath me because he went to Mike and was like, Mike, put that brown snake on my tab and blah, blah, blah. And Ray defended me. It was like, no, man, no. Philly's got that snake. I told him that was his, and we're going to take it out of his pay. And blah, blah. I was like, oh, right on, Ray. Right on, Pops.
What a guy.
Yeah, man. People have opinions. People don't know all the stories. So, but I keep seeing the good old days in the fucking chat. You guys are killing me. It's like the third time.
So, it was another good Daytona, though.
It was a great Daytona. Yeah.
Already looking forward to next year's.
Yeah, man.
I want to get to the January Southeast show that Bobby has been putting on.
Okay.
The only reason I haven't gone to it yet is because I think last January we had snow and I had to get the new car. And then the September show or August show is like literally the week before Daytona. So that's just not happening. But the January show this year, pending we don't get another freaking Snowmageddon, which for us is like a half inch of snow. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
I want to get up to that show really bad because I keep hearing nothing but good things about it.
Nice. Where is it being held again?
It's in Atlanta,
okay.
Like outside of Atlanta. There's this big convention center that sounds like they fill up pretty good. So I think there's a lot of potential like that. Not even potential, like that show eventually will be on the level of any of the NARBCs or Daytonas for that matter. Which we were talking about that a little bit over the Daytona weekend of like, inklings of rumors of the Hilton not renewing for the show when the contract is up, I guess.
Okay.
What's going to happen when Wayne is no longer with us? Who's going to take over, because he's been trying to sell that show for a while now.
Yeah.
And I feel like the only person that's really in the best position to do it, I think currently, is Bob Vu. Like, if there was anyone that could do it and keep it as it is, if not improve it, it's going to be him.
Yeah.
And maybe this is just wishful thinking. Like maybe the Southeast show is sort of the prerequisite to that, and that's what he's working towards. Who knows? But I am curious as to how much longer will Daytona be around.
Well, let's not start thinking negatives yet.
I'm not. I'm thinking realistically. Yeah. Just saying.
Being pragmatic, I get it. But it's good, man. I'm already ready for next year.
I am too.
Yeah.
We had a good bit of people that couldn't attend that usually do. So it was a bummer not being able to see them. But
they were missed. But, babies and such, we understand.
Really enjoyed seeing the usual gang hanging out with Tony Hurt. Was cool.
Yeah, that was good. It was real good.
Eric Burke and Owen from NPR came down. I didn't get to talk to them a whole lot. I talked to them for a few minutes at the show on Sunday. Got to meet Riley in person for the first time.
That was good, man. It's good to see him in the flesh. Get to hang out with Alex Semak again. It's always great.
Yeah,
man.
Alex, awesome.
Yeah,
all good people.
For sure.
All good people. Is there anything else?
No, man. I think we covered the gauntlet. Another Daytona in the books.
We would have had more people with us tonight, but we kind of decided to do this short notice because it was either this or like we waited until like the following Monday, and we felt like that would be too long between.
Yeah.
Kind of weird to do a recap like 3 weeks after the fact. So.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm sure, I know you and Phil have a guest lined up coming up soon, and I'm sure you guys will touch base on his Daytona experience on Iraq Nerds. And I know Jake and Sky were planning on something in the near future because they wanted to share their Daytona stuff too. And I know Jake was doing a little post Daytona traveling, so it's good.
Yeah, they went and did some herping that weekend and stuff too. So
yeah,
I think they stopped at the Jacksonville Zoo on their way down that Thursday. I know they made a couple trips to like the Springs or something. So they did some extracurriculars that I'm sure they'll talk about. But
yeah. And Sanchez was texting me yesterday. Him and his better half went out to Yellowstone, which was awesome, and found some endemic scorpions and his lifer garter. So that
garter was nice, dude.
Garter was awesome.
Freaking cool.
Dude, I love that picture. He sent me the picture of the garter in the hat.
Yeah,
I love that shot. That was good. So,
yeah. So we've got Aragners lined up for the next like probably month. Like Phil's penciled a lot of people in.
He's killing it.
We have some pretty heavy hitters on the academic side lined up, so I'm pretty stoked about that. I don't know if those will be live or not, just because there is going to be sort of a bit of a language barrier with at least one.
Okay.
But we've got some good stuff penciled in, and we'll be here Thursday evening at 7:30. That'll be live. We're gonna have our buddy Russ Morris, who's out in Texas, joining us. He's big into baboons and Aphonopelma and stuff. And
nice. Good solid Aphonopelma episode. I love it.
He's got a bunch of stuff. He's kept and bred a ton of different species, so we'll probably be getting into a lot. But
cool, man.
Be there or be square. This episode was brought to you by Fulvy Sparrow. FulvySparrow.com. Use the code THN at checkout. It's 15% off your order. It's the exclusive promo code for THN listeners and viewers like you. And then, of Cold-blooded caffeine. Coffee, the best coffee. Snakes and Stogies blend. And many more. We're biased. We're partial. But regardless of what you get, you're not going to be disappointed because it is fantastic small batch boutique coffee.
House blended, house roasted.
Yes. And we'll see everybody later.
Bye.